Hello and welcome, everyone. I specialize in how AI is transforming hotel operations, and I'm really excited to be here with all of you, the students of Europe Hotel School. Think of me as your guide on this part of your learning journey. Our goal is pretty straightforward: to give you the practical skills you'll absolutely need to thrive in today's hospitality industry. So let's just dive right in with the big question. This isn't some abstract theoretical problem. This is the real-world, everyday challenge that every single modern hotel faces. How on earth do you manage this incredible complexity and actually turn it into an advantage? Well, that's exactly what we're going to break down today. Here's how we're going to tackle it. First, we'll look at the distribution challenge itself. Then, we'll introduce the AI solution, the traffic controller. After that, we'll see how you can master rates and availability, use data to make smart decisions, and finally, tie it all back to what really matters: your hotel's profitability. All right, first up, the distribution challenge. Let's really get into this complex web of how hotels actually sell rooms today. You see, a hotel's rooms aren't just sold on its own website. They're out there on this massive, sprawling network. You've got the huge online travel agencies, the OTAs like Expedia and Booking.com. But then you also have countless smaller, niche sites, wholesalers, and even older systems. Trying to keep track of all this by hand is, to put it mildly, a complete nightmare. And that nightmare almost always leads to two massive problems: overbooking and rate disparity. Overbooking. That's when you get an angry guest at your front desk with a valid reservation and no room for them. It's a disaster for your reputation. And rate disparity? That's when your prices are all over the place online, which destroys guests' trust and could even get you in trouble with your partners. Both of these hit your revenue hard. And this right here, this says it all. The old manual way is reactive, it's risky, it takes up so much time, you're constantly just putting out fires. But when you bring in AI automation, the whole game changes. The operation becomes streamlined, strategic, and you get total control. You're not just reacting to problems anymore, you're getting ahead of them. So how do we make that jump from chaos to control? We bring in what I like to call the AI traffic controller. And honestly, it is the perfect way to think about how you bring order to all this distribution chaos. I really want this point to stick with you. This kind of technology, it isn't some fancy optional extra anymore. It is a fundamental, non-negotiable part of running a modern hotel. It's what directs all your inventory with absolute precision, just like an air traffic controller making sure planes land safely. So, how does it all work? What's the engine making this happen? It all comes down to something called two-way synchronization. The best way to think about it is like the digital plumbing for your hotel. It creates this seamless, instantaneous data pipeline between your hotel's brain, the property management system, or PMS, and every single website you sell rooms on. Let me walk you through how it works in the real world. So imagine a guest just booked your very last available room on Expedia. Instantly, the AI tells your PMS, hey, that room is gone. And then in the very next millisecond, that same AI blasts an update to every other channel, Booking.com, Agoda, all of them, to show 0 rooms left. Just like that, the risk of a double booking is gone. It's that fast. Okay, so now we know how the system prevents total disaster. But that's really just the beginning. Let's talk about how this same technology gives you real strategic power. This is where we move from just avoiding mistakes to actively maximizing your revenue. And the key to unlocking this power is a feature called yield rules. Don't let the name scare you. They're basically just simple if this, then that instructions that you teach the AI. You set the conditions based on your strategy, and the AI executes it for you perfectly, 24/7, making sure you get the most value out of every single room. Here is a perfect practical example. You can literally create a rule that says, when I have only 5 rooms left to sell, stop selling them on the OTAs that charge high commissions. The AI will then automatically shut off availability on those channels and funnel any remaining customers to your own direct website, where your profit margin is much, much higher. It's you making the smart call and the AI executing it flawlessly. The system also acts as your personal watchdog for rate parity. Now, your OTA partners have contracts that say you can't sell a room for cheaper on your own website. If you do, they can actually penalize you and push you down in their search results. This AI is constantly scanning the web, and if it finds any price mismatches, it flags them immediately so you can fix it and keep those crucial partnerships healthy. So, with control comes visibility, and that's our next step. Let's look at how we can turn all of this new information into a powerful, data-driven strategy that actually makes you more money. All of this incredible data gets funneled into one easy-to-use place, the analytics dashboard. This is your command center. It's your cockpit. It takes that confusing web of data and turns it into clear, simple intelligence that you can actually use. But of course, data is useless if you don't act on it. So, for example, your dashboard might show you that a small niche travel site focused on Asia is actually bringing in super profitable bookings with very few cancellations. But at the same time, a big mainstream OTA is sending you tons of bookings, but they have low profit margins and high cancellation rates. With that knowledge, you can make the strategic choice to give more of your rooms to that more valuable channel. And this all leads us to our final and frankly most important section, your path to profitability. Because all of this technology, all these systems, they all serve one ultimate purpose. And that purpose is building a direct first strategy. What does that mean? It means getting as many guests as possible to book directly with you on your own website so you can avoid paying those expensive OTA commissions. The AI Channel Manager is the foundation that makes this happen by making sure your own website is always the best, most reliable place for a guest to book. And if you remember just one thing from our session today, let it be this. This technology is not here to replace you. It is here to empower you. Let the AI handle all the complicated, tedious, behind-the-scenes mechanics, the plumbing, if you will. That frees you up to focus your time and your talent on the things that really matter. High-level strategy and creating an amazing guest experience that builds a brand people love. Ultimately, this is the shift that defines what modern hotel management is all about. So as you move forward in your studies and launch your careers, this is the question you have to be ready to answer. Because embracing this technology isn't just about being more efficient. It's about leading the future of hospitality. Thank you.